Hey guys, just want to do a quick video here on SPS, so that's SPERONI Pro Shrink, just so that you guys aren't completely blindsided. I'm apparently off the camera frame here, there we go. Yeah, just so you guys aren't really blindsided when we get to IMTS on how to operate this thing. Fortunately, it's super easy, so I'm going to take you through a quick overview of the machine, then I'm going to show you how you can run this thing. So if someone asks you when you're in the booth, you can run a quick demo for them. So I'm going to grab the camera, give you a little quick nickel tour of the machine here. So you're looking at the SPERONI SPS 1100. This model specifically has not only the shrinker, but down there is a coolant tank that will have the automatic immersion coolant included with it. We kind of talked about this, at the sales meeting a couple months ago. We really feel that this is going to be the primary machine that we're going to market. Yes, you can get this without the cooling system, but I just think there's too much other competition for us to really be able to sell it. So this will be the primary unit that we're going to focus on. So just a quick little overview. You've got your one-touch smart display here. It is touchscreen, so you can navigate it easily. You obviously have your coil. You have the ferrite insert, so each one of these slides out, stamped with the different shank sizes. It's all in metric, but of course works for inch as well. These then slot in and then they twist to lock. And there are locator pins there, and you'll see the recesses inside the coil there. Okay, put that back in. Down here, this is the tool pots. So there's just a little connection point down inside there, and then we actually have adapters specific for the tapers. So the one you're looking at here is for 30 and 40 taper. They just press fit right in, nice and easy. We also have a HSK 63 here. Obviously every major size is available. So let's go ahead and put in our 30 and 40 taper. Slot him in. We'll grab, we'll start with 30. So the 30 pops all the way in and it actually rests on the flange. The 40 taper only makes taper contact in there, so that's why they use it for both sizes. All right, so to operate this thing, it's pretty straightforward. First, I need to basically know the shank size of the tool. So this looks to be about 4 mil. So I'll go ahead and run my 3 to 5 mil. Stick the ferrite in. I'm going to do my best to show you how this works. So I'm going to grab my handle here, drop it all the way down until it makes contact with the tool. Then I can grab my tool here, and then I can be ready to put it in. Just bear with me while I put a glove on here so I don't accidentally burn myself. I wish I had 3 hands to do this. So now, looking at the screen, you've got a few options. When you're doing a demo on this, my suggestion, just use the one touch, because it's exactly what it sounds like. Once you hit that one touch, it's going to fire this thing up and it's going to start heating. So let's hit one touch, and then I can hit the play button, and now it's heating. Get the tool in. Now notice there is a timer. So it's asking, do I want to continue? I can say no. It has a little waiting period in case you want to adjust the stick out. And then the cooling system will come up automatically. And then the coolant kicks in. And if you look up here, the timer's running for the cooling time. That's adjustable in the settings, but obviously for demo purposes we don't need to change it. Coolant will drain. And then the cooling system retracts, and then you might be able to hear it, but it's actually blowing air against the tool. It doesn't fully dry it, but it gets most of the coolant off. And then the tool is cool to the touch. So the big advantage here, and I think you should bring this up every time you're talking about this machine, is the big advantage is that this can have a coil that has a pyrometer in it, and that's exactly what this one is. It is an option with this machine, but I think it's something that we should really, push on the customers heavily. The real big advantage is it's basically impossible to overheat the tool. So this will not go above 480 degrees Celsius, which is the sort of safe operating temperature for the tool. So you could have this thing heating up for 20-30 seconds and you're not going to do any damage to the tool. You're not going to anneal the steel. One thing people get concerned about using the immersion coolant is, they get concerned that you're actually quenching the steel, but because we're not going above 500 degrees C, it's not going to really have that effect. So we should be able to do this multiple times without issue. Now, if people want to get a little bit more detailed, I can just kind of briefly show you this. So let me just move the coil down for a minute. So if I go back home here, this is that main screen. Once again, I just did that one touch, but you also have the option to do a target heating. And what this allows you to do, excuse me, is change the temperature setting. So 300, I can go all the way up to 480. And that is the maximum setting. Now, I guess it's worth noting that if you really had a problem where you had a broken tool and you could not get it out of the holder for the life of you at 480 C, there is a manual override, but it does require a password. So that's something where only a handful of people can have that password if you really need to, I guess, bake a tool and get something out of there. Of course, at that point, the holder's pretty much done for. Then on the left side, you do have your time settings here. So if you want to do something a little more custom instead of the one touch, you can absolutely do that. Otherwise, once again, when you're running a demo, just make sure you've got the correct size ferrite insert for the correct size tool shank. Bring the coil all the way down so that it makes contact with the tool holder. It'll stop once it makes contact. And then just press the one touch, hit the play button. In this case, I'm pulling the tool out. There we go. Sorry for my bad camera angle. And then wait. If it asks you to continue heating, you could say no, or it'll automatically end. It goes through its waiting period, and then the cooling system comes up. So it's that easy. My recommendation, use the one touch. It's probably not worth going in any more detail than that. All right, guys, appreciate it. Like I said, just wanted a quick overview and explanation of it. Obviously, when we're in the booth, if you guys have questions, you want to go into more detail on it, just let me know. Happy to help.